push.
Ugh. No foreplay.
We on?
We
back.
We back. I guess they letting it ring like Virginia Williams.
Right, they over here.
I don't know.
Sorry for the pause.
Sorry for the pause.
We had to make sure, in the hood, the it's getting warm, so the annual tradition of is that fireworks or no?
Right. Is that fireworks or no?
And I mean, in true black people fashion, no one ducked for cover. They just said
it was a wait and see.
Right, or he letting that motherfucker go. That's pretty much what just happened right there.
Right, exactly. So we back.
Yes, we are.
We are in interesting times right now.
Yes,
interesting times. It is, man. So overnight, last night, this AM, Kanye West came out with his album. We already said how we feel about Ye some episodes back.
Yeah,
y'all got that. We know that. So I don't think you guys need a refresher if you do go back and take a listen. So we just gonna get right to it, man.
Yep.
Cause yesterday was a wild night.
Yes.
J.R. Smith, the Cavs Warriors NBA Finals Game 1.
Oh my God!
Let's touch on that because that's I feel like that's a short conversation. That was a bizarre game.
I've watched a lot of basketball in my life. I haven't recalled in a playoff game where a professional basketball player has lost track of the score, especially in that critical of a situation. Like I can see this is like midway third quarter. It's been 5 straight minutes up and down the court. You probably tired, but like under a minute left, clock been stopped numerous times.
10 seconds left.
Refs have just reviewed a block charge call that took an eternity. Shots have been made. Before that, like it was a review. Kevin Durant free throws, LeBron layup, Steph Curry layup, and one. And then George Hill to the free throw line. All of that has happened. But it's like it's been stopped. Clock is stopped. Like at some point, you have to know the score.
You have to know what's going on.
And man, when J.R. Smith grabbed that rebound and started running the other way, like child support was chasing him.
Baby.
I thought of Fresh at first because I know Fresh was at the bar and I know he was screaming at the TV.
Listen to me. If you ever want to know how to go from, a range of emotions, go from the highest of the highs to the lowest of lows, when he got that rebound, I yelled so loud. Then when he ran off with that rebound, I screamed so loud. So it was like, it went from, yes, no, J.R. Bro, when I tell you, Fresh walked out of Bar 22, I walked down Michigan Ave to Cermak in disbelief. I took my hat off my head. It took everything in me not to throw my head in the street. It's like that whole game was so cruel to me because anybody know me, I'm a gambling man. And I had Cleveland winning at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
So Cleveland is up by 3.
Oh, baby.
With 2 seconds to go. J.R. Smith gambles on a steal at half court. And Stephen, your favorite light-skinned Curry, turns around and shoots a free throw from half court.
Pretty much. Pretty much. You lined it up.
And not only did he tie the game up, but he had to do the 1, 2, 3. Now let's just get this out in the open. You know what I'm saying? Because Steph Curry, light skinned, they think he's some humble being. He has a nice daughter and a lovely wife, and his mother and his stepmother and father and the crowd looking like, goddammit, Ebony Couple of the Week. He's not humble, people. He is one of the most cockiest basketball players I've ever seen in my life. He is arrogant. Any player who shoots and runs off before the ball goes into the net is cocky and arrogant. Please, let's stop comparing him to LeBron, saying LeBron is, he's so arrogant and you should be more like Steph. No, do not be like Steph. But hey, let's not get sidetracked.
No, I think I was one of the reporters I follow on Twitter. I think he was at the game. He said from what he gathered from that moment when LeBron and Steph was getting to it, like LeBron had blocked the layup and Steph like jokingly was like, "Damn, you can't even let me get that one." And then he said LeBron like kind of turned back and stop fucking talking to me. He was like, LeBron was at war, and the Warriors thought they were at a picnic. And I was like, that makes sense because, as we all know, I'm president of the I ain't rooting for this motherfucker LeBron club. But let Anthony Peterson be on the record and say, I don't think I've seen 5 individual performances better than what I seen last night. Period. In history of me watching NBA basketball. And that's real shit. You know, all credit must be going to LeBron, whatever his middle name is, James.
Ramon.
I knew you knew.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I almost called you something. But I'm sorry. Trying to keep the peace on this podcast.
I'm sorry.
You know, however you want to cut
December
it.
30th, 1984.
51, 8 and 8. 51, 8 and 8. And, you know, normally, you know, there's been times LeBron has put together a triple-double. Game 2 against Boston in the last series.
A stat stuffer.
A stat stuffer, but, like, if you watch the game, it's like, nah, fam, you let it get that way so you can stuff your stats because you didn't fight when your team needed you to fight. Yeah. You took your foot off the gas. No, this game, whenever they needed a run to stop Golden State, he stepped up. You know, he was right there. He was right there in all quarters, first, second, third, fourth. My man, you know, it got to the point where I felt Kevin Durant at times wasn't going out his way to get back on the screen to stay in front of LeBron.
He ain't want that work.
He ain't want that work.
Hey, you as a player, you know when somebody hot.
Right.
You know when somebody
you know when somebody hot, but as a defender, you know, like anybody who's played pickup ball with me, they know like I love defense. And so if someone's screening me, there are times where I know I can't get back to a person, but there's a lot of screens where I know I can get over and get back to the person. You know, I saw some defense last night where my man was like, "Nah, I'm straight. We'll just switch."
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Looney.
go ahead, Steph.
Looney, take care of that.
Yeah. It was, you know, fight. You know, it was interesting to see. You know, LeBron was in his bag last night. Yeah.
You know what's funny about the switching, and you know, I'm always looking for reading the articles that try to go in depth. Something they talked about with NBA players that's interesting. I feel it in the fourth quarter. I see it. They talked about the energy level of players in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
And I be looking, and I feel like just that what it is. Like if you gonna constantly fight and all that, you just don't like. If like you don't have the energy, so everybody like, all right, we just know we gonna switch in that fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, yeah.
That like I feel like the one time, I'm sure it's been other times, but I feel like the one time I noticed the switches was not going was that one fourth quarter sweat stretch where Westbrook had to guard Harden late in the regular season. Like, but other than that, everybody just switching, and it's like one of those things. Like, I get it. Especially for the Warriors, because I feel like this. The Warriors are cocky, and to be honest, I'm looking at everybody like, if I'm them, I'm like, you can't fucking beat me. Yeah. So I don't give a fuck if you got Steph Curry on you, LeBron. Like, we gonna go down and do the same shit to Kevin Love, and we just gonna shoot over his big, goofy, non-footwork having ass. And that's gonna be the game.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, LeBron had the game for the ages, and it still wasn't gonna be enough, and no one expected it to be. Like, look, to me, LeBron legit has to average 50 for them to have a chance, and this is not hyperbole. Like, he has to average at minimum 46 a night. Like, no bullshit. He may end up with the highest point per game average in the finals after this series is over with, and only win one game.
Bruh, if you would have told me nobody on the Warriors will have 30. LeBron will have 51. Kevin Love will have decent. 21. You will get 8 points and 11 rebounds out of Lawrence Nance. Ain't no way I would say we would have lost the game.
Yeah.
And I think, no, we didn't win a turnover battle. But, damn it, we was right there.
I definitely won the rebounding battle.
Yeah.
Nah, y'all played Cleveland played a hell of a game.
A hell of a game.
You know, honestly, if J.R. Smith don't have that fuck up, I think the story from last night would have been Kevin Durant fucked up.
Yeah.
That would have been the story of last night.
And see, and look, to me, on some real shit, that's the difference between the Warriors and a lot of teams. your star player or one of your star players can have an off night and your team still doesn't miss a beat. They still score 107 in regulation with him going 8 of 22.
And you know, before people start saying some shit, like, I understand Kevin Durant wasn't that off. Like, there was still stretches. That one leg fadeaway was still putting in work. But Kevin Durant has too many lapses where you can see why him and Westbrook wouldn't work for the time, for like going forward, because there's just too many lapses where he gets pushed off his spot. He doesn't rebound as great as he could at his size.
I definitely seen George Hill pushing him off his spot.
It was definitely interesting. But I mean, comedy of the night goes to LeBron James and his reactions.
Oh my God!
His reactions to J.R. Smith. His reaction to the press conference when he got tired of being asked the same question 4 times. So he got up like a middle-aged auntie who's an extra way to exhale. LeBron James got up sassy as fuck and grabbed his purse.
That nigga grabbed his Prada bag, his Birkin bag.
Said, and told the reporter, be better tomorrow.
Be better tomorrow. And pointed at him. Bro, look, to all the people, and like, okay, look, I'm going to be real. I troll a lot. I expect to get trolled. But at some point, I would still like to discuss basketball. And it's a lot of people out here who just don't talk basketball. And that more makes me more upset than anything. They be saying the dumbest things like, oh, LeBron still had a horrible game because even though JR ran off, he should have called a timeout. I was like, bro, if you in the heat of that moment right there, all you was thinking about is what the fuck are you doing, J.R. Smith? You're not thinking, oh, let me call a timeout to save JR's ass. Or the people who tell me, like, we watching a game last night. Me and the guys. Niggas saying dumb shit like, if that was Scottie Pippen or Tony Kukoc, they would have shot the 3 from the top of the key off the glass. And I'm like, see, look, this why I can't talk basketball with everybody, bro. Like,
you can't.
Like, bro, just say you rooting for Golden State. You hate LeBron, and you happy they lost. Don't give me all the other dumb shit.
Listen. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's over. I'm pretty sure the Cavs are gonna lose. I don't even really. I'm just watching because it's the last sport we can watch until
football.
Until football. And yes, I still watch the NFL. I watch every week. I will attend games as well.
You say you what?
I will attend games as well. I just had to say because people are up in arms about that. Still, they like, yo, are y'all still gonna watch? Who was that? I think one of our former guests posted the TV ratings this year. Mm-hmm. And he posted the ratings show that apparently, out of all of their shows, what did they? I think they posted the top 20 watch shows of the year.
Or something like that.
I think about 14 of them were NFL. Mm-hmm. Like, niggas still watch. Niggas ain't. Like, I get it. But, but hey, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of comedy. I think it's gonna be great for LeBron. It's gonna be our last countdown to see what happens in the off season.
Yeah.
To me, nothing is ruled out. Does he stay? Does he go? We don't know. Does somebody come? Do they do deals? What? Like, we don't know. Anything can happen, but we know what's gonna happen in series.
Shout out to the Saluki Cody Altman. I'm pretty sure he'll know what to do. He one who swung the deal for all the young Bulls.
That's the general manager for people who didn't know.
Oh yeah, he swung the deal for the young Bulls. Nobody saw that coming. Everybody like, what the fuck are they gonna do with this roster? And then he came back with like Clarkson, Hood, Nance, and Hill, and free Hood. Fuck it, Rodney. Show me something, Rodney. Get back to who you were, King.
He ain't know who he was.
Yeah.
But one thing, and we can leave. Just give me 30 seconds. I just want to know a yes or no from either one of y'all.
Yeah.
So, if this was any other team in the playoffs in this position of battling for a championship on the stage you set out to be in since Halloween, the games J.R. Smith has been having with the 0 points, 2 points, 5 points, 0 again, 20, 0, 0, 5. Should he still be starting? Yes or no?
No.
I want to say no, but who else do they trust?
To me, the whole playoffs, Kyle Korver has been the third best player on the team.
Third
Easily.
most consistent player.
Yes, easily. And it's not even close. Borderline second over. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You could play both of them together, but like at some point, you're gonna throw JR back out there just because he's been in the fire with you and ain't totally fucked up the fire until last night. like at this point, like you've gotten to the finals with J.R. Smith. You won the championship with J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
I mean,
you've
seen the best of Rodney Hood so far. It ain't pretty.
Oh God.
I mean, you play Clarkson's song. He's still. I mean, at this point,
the light's too bright.
No, I don't even think that. It's just kind of Jay Jerkham niggas. It's hard for someone who plays good when he's starting or views himself as a starter to try to like be a bench player and without consistent minutes. It's hard, especially for a young player.
Yeah,
NBA is just really it's boring at this point. I mean, it's the same we predicted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing has really went different.
nothing.
So yeah, nothing. But
Enough of that.
Sorry,
man. Ladies.
Enough of that.
Who not in the sports?
Listen, even the ladies that's in the sports, it's like just get a Warriors the trophy,
right?
and let's move on. Let's move on. So also last night, Kanye West flew a slew of industry people and reporters, DJs, all types of people in the music business. He flew them to Wyoming to debut his new album, Ye. And as he said weeks ago, every project is 7 albums, which, 7 songs, which is going to get you to about, you're really not going to have the shit over 25 minutes. And yes, these are albums. I know, like, niggas love to say they EPs. These are albums. Gee, by definition, these shits are albums. So
EP is only like 4 songs or something.
It could be like 5. See, the thing, I feel like a lot of people say that. I hate to be on my music snob shit, but I have to. If y'all go back and look at old albums and shit, you will see Barry White albums. You'll see shit that's like literally 6, 7 songs. Yeah, Pink Floyd got a fucking album that's 5 songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's essentially like, I get it. I know we got these definitions, and niggas used to getting they 14 songs and hell, even they 20 song albums of No Limit fame.
Yes.
Oh my God.
No Limit had
Take me back, Lord.
No Limit had 24 songs on one disc.
On one disc. Double disc with 50 fucking songs.
Right.
The fuck?
Right. They didn't have no outtakes. But yeah, so he gave us 7 songs. He gave us an album. It's called Ye. He debuted it. I was really hoping there was a lively intro that Chris Rock did. Chris Rock was in Wyoming. Mm-hmm. When Chris Rock and Ye get together, Chris Rock is really for the culture. I know a lot of people act like they don't like his comedy and shit, but Chris Rock, he's really
his comedy.
Actually, quite a few people.
A lot of people. He's damn near just a cult favorite.
Yeah, actually a lot of people. Especially, you know what? I'll say this, and correct me if I'm wrong. I come across a lot of women, especially black women, who don't like Chris Rock's comedy.
I have never.
Is it due to his views on relationships?
I have no fucking. I don't ask.
Or I just think I don't think he's marketable to women. Like you'll see a Cat Williams. He has a fucking perm, or he's short, and they seen him in like Friday After Next. But think about it. Our generation, if you ask anybody what Chris Rock movie they're going to say New Jack City damn near. Nobody really, to me, knows any Chris Rock movies. Like, if you tell people, have you ever seen I Think I Love My Wife?
Yeah.
They're like, no. And I'm like, what? That shit was like super dope.
That
shit was like super duper dope.
Honestly, I think that movie should be required viewing for anyone who's thinking about getting married.
Yeah. No, it should.
No, it really should.
It really should.
No,
man.
it really,
like
really
dead
should.
ass.
No, like it really should.
Even his other, I think you may have a point about it being his views on relationships, because I think his views are kind of realistic, and it's represented in the shit he do. Even the his top 5. Like top 5 is one of them when you're like, oh shit, like But yeah, like I definitely come across. But honestly, when people say they don't like him, since I like him so much, I don't even ask. It's like me trying to ask somebody why they don't like Drake. It's like I just feel like then we're like, fuck you if you don't like
Right.
Drake. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So he did a like intro before they played the album, and he was like, it was some, he said hip hop is the first art form created by free black men. I was like, that's an interesting quote. But yeah, so they played the album, you know, so now it's out, it's streaming. Reviews are all over the place. A lot of things people are saying about the album. A lot of the music journalists are having their way with it and picking it out. A lot of them kind of boycotted, you know, the whole Wyoming trip. Niggas was flying first class from all over the country and private to Wyoming. Shit looked like a real event, you know. But you know, Ye had the, you know, went from niggas in Paris to niggas in Wyoming.
I wonder how he even stumbled upon Wyoming.
That you know why. So, okay, I hate to bring this up, but one of the big things now, and this is kind of true. So one of the big things now is trips that people plan where they don't have cell service. Right, so it's like a big thing. Like it's like a site you can go. It's places that book you to go places where you essentially don't have as much access to technology as you have now. Now, where Ye's at right now, for the sake of them making music, they have all of that. But it's kind of like the place you go, and I think what we're gonna see is actually people going to those states later. You know, what you see the things happening around the country. And not, I don't mean social things, but just environmentally. So you got to think about now what you can probably get if you go to Montana.
Vermont.
No.
Not Vermont.
No. Fuck that East Coast shit.
I see what you're saying. Dakotas.
Yeah, the Dakotas, Montana, because, you know, Phil Jackson love him some fucking Montana.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, them people love them areas. Like, it's like they kind of like untapped. So imagine you live in L.A. right in the middle of all the shit. Mm-hmm. And you got all the money in the world. You done been to Paris 300 times. You done been to, you know, you was going to Vegas when you was broke. So at this point, you like, man, I just want to get away from shit. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you go to fucking Wyoming. Like,
fucking Wyoming.
You know what I'm saying?
Leave it all in Montana. The mint julep.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, regular people don't really have that luxury. Because if a nigga just showed up, in Wyoming, like if I just went to the same resort after Kanye and all his people leave, they're gonna be like,
we not having.
Are you lost? Are you lost?
No, that's what's so crazy. I think about it because now you saying, now I can understand why you said like that's a trendy thing now to go places like that. Because Pusha was talking about Ye taking him to Utah to some swanky hotel in Utah. And he like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like I don't know, Iceberg Slim in Pimp.
Y'all gotta understand, Deion loves Iceberg Slim. That's why so many references to Iceberg Slim.
Yeah, he was talking about like pimping a girl. He sent her like to one of them states. Like it's just like you know, I mean, those states are just so untapped. I feel like me myself, I will probably never visit the Dakotas. You know,
ever.
But you know,
what?
I definitely plan on going to Utah. I've been meaning to actually go to Utah, but Utah's different. Utah's really like, you know, it's a lot going on in Utah. But so yeah, flew everybody out to Utah. Played the album in front of the bonfire, and you know niggas was out there, you know,
vibing and bouncing, and it was a nice guest list too. Yeah,
the guest list was, you know, superb, and it was funny because what was happening. If you go back and look, a lot of music bloggers and shit, the people who work at the record labels, they were on the outside. I feel like security told them, "Don't you go by the bonfire with Ye and his people," because around Ye was like 2 Chainz, Yachty, Nas, the nigga Dame Dash was there. That's the nigga Dame Dash. I was so happy to see Dusko out there.
Dusko pop.
Right, Dusko. Scott Disick was there with his new chick.
Let's go, Scott. See, that's what I'm saying, G. That's why I always love the boy Scott, G.
You know,
of course I'm coming in. I'm bringing my new move.
Kim popped out for a second, but it was too many niggas jumping around for certain songs. Like, when they did All Mine, the way people was jumping around, like Yachty was jumping around so hard, I was like, is that Yachty? Is Yachty rapping on the song? Like Yachty was going in. I'm like, okay, like, you know, it was interesting. You know, that was enough to make you, if you saw their reactions, you was like, okay, I see it. And then when you go to listen to it on your own, it changes. It's kind of like hearing the song for the first time in a club and everybody already going crazy to it. You know that feeling? Mm-hmm. And then you like, damn, niggas is loving this shit. And then you go home, put it in the car, you like, this nigga, what? What the fuck just happened?
No, I did see a couple of videos and pictures, and I just was like, these motherfuckers look like they're like at a rave,
like a cult. David Koresh party. So now I'm sure everybody has listened to the album.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hate to say it, I've listened to the album a lot. I think I've listened to it. I would give myself a total of 7 times. Mm-hmm. Because I really had to digest, and I know I was like, I'm not listening to it. I didn't want to listen to it, but you know, since I was so like, I'm in a real musical place right now, I had to listen to it. You know, I know Kanye did some shit, said some shit we don't agree with, but the one thing I'll say that kind of made me easy, I had to think about it. I said, you know, I listened to a lot of niggas who did a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. But I was like, you know, I understand his views. I'm like, it's still to me like, fuck Kanye, to the point like, if I met him, like, you know what I'm saying, like if we had a face to face, if we just happened to walk past each other, I would just be like, man, like I'd be like, bro, like I'm legit disappointed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
How you feel.
That's all. I would just be like, I'm legit disappointed, bro. And you know, I'd be like, you know, that's it. But you know, and you know, kind of move on. But you know, Kanye is in a weird place. So the album, matter of fact, let me. I'm gonna ask Ant. I'm gonna ask Ant because Ant is over there like he got the Twitter fingers. So Ant, what did you think of the album? Yay! Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's eat. We're not gonna even go there. I want to do this differently. Because people are dependent on the Good Brothers of the No Place Show for guidance, right?
Let us know the way. How we gonna do this?
Okay, so hold on. Here's how we gonna do this. Mm-hmm. We gonna go through. We gonna be hard. We gonna go through this motherfucker track by track. It's only 7.
It's only 7.
It's only 7. Only 7. Only 7. We got. I gave people a whole hour and 20 minutes about Pusha Drake. I got the oral history of Pusha Drake.
The oral history.
The oral history.
Now available audiobook.
No, not available audiobook. Listen, you know, before let me address that. Right. Mm-hmm. How that show came about was we was actually talking. We got a music group me where we was talking, and I think like it was weird. Like people had definitely asked me like, "What's going on?" People was texting my phone like, "Where did this come from?" And I was like, "Yo, like I'm trying to explain it, but that shit took so many text messages. I just got tired." And then next thing I know, I think I promised somebody I was like, "Yeah, I'll give you a recap," and I didn't. Then the next morning, Saturday morning, I wake up in the music group. Me Fresh said, "Dion, where's the recap?" And I said, "You know what? I'm gonna just record this fucking shit." But yeah, so that's how that shit came about. We gonna touch on them later because more developments have happened. So the first track on this Kanye, I Thought About Killing You. I Thought About Killing You. Put it like this. It hit me in a way because immediately when I saw the title, like he played it and I was like, this is a weird ass song. Mm-hmm. But when it hit me, I'm gonna tell you how it hit me, and you know I provide one analysis and my analysis because you know my research hat was on, and I know he was working with Malik Youssef again, and y'all know Malik Youssef, the poet, the wordsmith, and it definitely sounds like Malik wrote on this. And I was like, this shit sounds like poetry. He kept saying, I thought about killing you. And if you know Malik, that's some Malik shit to say. Mm-hmm. And the shit that really hit me in my heart, I said, this is a direct response to Kill Jay-Z. That's how I felt as soon as I heard that shit. I said, this nigga, I said, the audacity, the nerve, the audacity, the nerve. But it was funny, though, because he came, like, you know, on some, I thought about killing you, and, you know, I love myself more than I love you. I liked it because it really set the tone for the bipolarness of the album, right? So it was a good theme. I felt the execution was not where it was supposed to. I think the shots at Jay-Z on it, it's kind of like, I feel like the nigga now is like in that level, like, ain't no coming back, ain't no saving that relationship with Jay. Mm-hmm. You can't throw them bars out there and say, like, when he said, like, we young niggas, we don't ever get old. I was like, nigga, Jay might slap the fuck out you, boy. Like,
so you think that's what he was aiming for?
I think so. Cause Ye always said, you know, his, like he said on the record, his egos is big. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the shit that Jay just been saying, which is like, you know, in true, I feel like that's one of the songs that Ye recorded a lot of that song off his meds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. To me, listening to the album, you could be like, yeah, he was okay right here. This one, no. Right. Hell no. You can definitely hear it in a song. And to me,
that's a great observation from you, too.
I listen to the album like that.
They just hit a bell with me in my head because, you know, I'm going to speak from I don't give a fuck who the creative people are in the world. I'm speaking from the nigga point of view on this. Fuck this album. Like, it ain't terrible, but it ain't good. Like, you people going around talking this fire, you're lying to yourself. Like honestly, truly.
You know, some people was waiting to say it was fire.
They
was sitting there waiting, boy. They ain't care what the fuck he put out.
They ain't give a shit what put out. But you know,
me being one of them,
Fresh being one of them, and but you know, but no Fresh.
Nah, you not as bad as some of the niggas
you're not
seen.
because we wrote. So I told Fresh to play the album for me again as we came to Dion house,
right?
And you know, of course, Fresh gets geeked over like certain little things that I just don't understand, but it's Fresh and we just live with it. But like, even just, I was like looking for Fresh reaction, and it was like good, but it wasn't like how Fresh reacted when he listened to Pablo.
Yeah, Pablo. Fresh was uncontained,
unadulterated
right.
Fresh,
just like a kid. You know, you ever seen a kid face the first time they go to Great America? Like, and they look just like, they look goofy. They look like elated, like they want to be here for 2 days.
Yeah, I can definitely say this definitely didn't grab me like Pablo. Pablo had me. Like, listen to me. For like a month straight, it was nothing but Pablo. Like,
but like to listen to this album and these people
I thought about killing you,
who are just like, oh my God, Kanye does it again. He did what? What the fuck did he do?
I contemplated premeditated murder.
Like shit like that. And then like, so like, here's the thing. Like, and maybe, and this is partly my fault because again, I'm a little bit biased because I'm like the opposite of Fresh when it comes to Kanye. Like, Kanye ain't my hero. Mm-hmm. Kanye ain't my savior. Like, I could, you know, I love what Kanye did for me during my college years. But after that, I give two shits about Kanye. Like, when people say Kanye releasing the album, I don't need to listen to it first thing in the morning. I just don't. Right. Like, he's at a place, and this is even before the comments. To me, like, even around Pablo, like, I didn't have to listen to Pablo when it first came out. Right? I just, like, that's how I am with Kanye. Like, and so for people to, you know, I think people want extra credit to feel like they're the most creative person in their circle, and that they listen to music on a whole totally different wavelength than other people.
Right.
Like, you know, if I listen to this album and I don't think it's good, then they act like they have ears that can hear like dogs whistle or shit like that. Very true. You know, no, and you're not going to shame me into saying this album is good. It's not.
This nigga is talking about the whole album right now, Fresh. You know that.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Well, we're going to talk about song.
And
I'm going to say this each song. You're not going to shame. Like, okay, so this song, pretty much, I kind of got the same consensus, Dion. Like, he was trying to talk about Jay-Z. It wasn't that good. It just wasn't. Like, to me, he only had 2 good songs on this album. On 7.
Thought about killing you. Like, yeah, I mean, it was interesting because, like,
but then I'm looking at it a different view. So, I felt like it was Kanye talking to himself. Kanye battling the demons again. So,
no, that's definitely part of the song because you can tell by him switching up the voices, but the overtones of it is definitely like you don't get kill Jay-Z. And I thought about killing you as a pure coincidence. That's not what happens.
And in the essence, Kill Jay-Z was, about Jay-Z battling Jay-Z. So
right, Jay-Z battling Jay-Z with some talks about Kanye in it that lets you interpret it how you want to interpret it. But niggas know because Jay-Z a nigga at the end of the day. And this was Ye saying, "Yeah, I'm talking to myself, maybe, but." Maybe I'm not. Like, you never know. Like, I'm still a nigga too.
And what my conscience telling me.
I mean, it's interesting because, like I said, it's certain shits that he say that kind of lets you know though in this song. Like when young niggas will never get old. Like I thought that was a direct shot, especially based on the content of 444. Like I was like, okay. Like, I hear you. But, I mean, it is what it is,
I'm here for it.
And then, kind of even like the line, we was all born to die, nigga DOA.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And I was like, okay, like, I get you, nigga. Like, y'all definitely did DOA together. Like, so.
Or shit, the line right after that. When he said, it was something like niggas say they like hero, but I don't see the cape. To me, that's another J.
Yeah, but that's one of them things. Like and then the thing that the internet is running with is saying that the line "buckwheat ass nigga" is gonna be Otay. Everybody's saying that's bars about Jay.
Yeah, and
I'm like, man, whew.
I hope not.
Young nigga shit, nigga, we don't age. That's about Jay-Z. That's about Jay-Z.
Don't get your career ended. Don't get your career ended. Okay, so we got that. I mean, that song is kind of... So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give that song?
6.5.
Okay.
6.5.
And what you give?
Solid 6.
Whew. I love a well constructed record like this. I'm gonna give that record
well constructed.
I mean, because it is like the poetry at the beginning, the bars. Like,
I thought you said you didn't like the execution of it.
I don't like the execution.
As far as coming at Jay-Z, or just far as
no, the way they actually execute. So it's constructed very well. Like the intro with the singing. Then like the poem and then the rapping, like that. That's what I mean by the construction.
Okay,
the way
so
it was designed.
What do you mean by the execution?
By actually you built the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the play draw up was cold.
The blueprint is cold. The blueprint was cold.
But the actual house is like
the actual house is like, this is not the blueprint. Yeah, so I give that record a 6. It had the potential though. Like it had the potential to be that. But yeah, I get that record. I get that record a high. I get that record a 6. The next record is Yikes.
You play a snippet of that?
Yikes. He's like, you play a snippet of Yikes. Yeah, Yikes. Yikes was. Sometimes I scare myself. Yeah, Yikes.
Okay.
I don't really have much to say about Yikes. I actually get Yikes a 3 out of 10.
Damn. Damn. I like the Yikes actually. I like Yikes more than I like the first song.
Yeah.
And if I get the first song a 6.5, I got to get Yikes at least a 7.5 or 7. I give it a 7.
Yeah.
But I like the Yikes. You know what I'm saying? Just it was some shit talking here, but it's like just bravado talk, not like about him, just like well, when he said niggas been trying to test my Gandhi just because I've been dressing like Abercrombie. I can understand that.
Horrible bars.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I get this shit a 2.
Oh my
Trash only.
Horrible bars.
Fuck that
Like, I'm
song.
sorry. Like, I've been getting some real good rap. Like, literally, you fancy. I've been getting some real good fucking rap, right? So it's like people that talk shit, right? Like, so here's a contrast, right? If J. Cole delivered to you that same bar, niggas would have said, fuck Jermaine, give him the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Niggas said, fuck Jermaine, give him the fuck out
I
of
understand
here.
that.
By this song, I start questioning could Kanye even rap anymore.
Oh my god.
He do sound like sometimes he just, the execution of the bars is off.
I really want to just get to this next song.
Tweaking up that 2CB, huh? What? Nigga? I was like, yeah, like, but yeah, apparently that's his psychedelic drug.
What?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Tweaking off the meds that the doctors gave him. I tell you, I know. Like, here's the shit that really got me. I didn't like the Russell Simmons bar in that shit. That almost made me drop it another point. That Russell Simmons bar was like, Russell Simmons, he didn't come at Kanye any type of disrespectful way.
They didn't.
He said he was worried. He said he was going to pray for him. And this nigga said, you going through the Me Too, nigga.
Don't pray for me, pray for
This
yourself,
nigga
King.
founded the record label you own, and that's how you come at him. Nigga, you got
Pray for yourself, King. You
got-
got more shit going on than
you
I
got
do.
hit with that Me Too, King. Like,
You got more shit going on than I do, Mello. Look out for yourself.
oh man.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, that's what we got. So we got Yikes. Man. Like, it's funny, but it's not funny. So we got Yikes. So you give Yikes a 7.5.
So,
Okay, 7.
just because I like it better than the first song.
Okay. And you gave it a 2.
2.
Gave
2.
it a 2.
If anybody didn't hear that. 2.
Oh man. This is so
Here we
funny.
go.
And I gave Yikes a 3.
Right.
I felt like on Yikes a few times. I was like, it felt like he was just like rapping out of control. You know what? That's a song where I felt like he was off his meds on Yikes. He was off the meds.
I see that. And the name of it. Sound like he always
He had no control over his bars. The next song though. The next song, All Mine.
Yes.
Supermodel.
I hate the beginning. And I hate it even worse because how Fresh does it.
Get the Jenny out the butter.
See?
Get the Jenny out the butter.
Supermodel.
But y'all know me. And y'all gotta know that
Supermodel.
the boy Ty Dolla $ign could do no wrong. What would Dollar do? So
I get it. He's only one part of the song.
I know, but still, you know, let's go get an 8 for me, regardless.
So also, that's people were misquoting. I saw some people on the internet who believed that was Jeremiah on the hook. It's not.
No, it's valid.
Yes. Oh, that is. Yeah. I saw
That's Valet on the hook.
Yeah. One person
Valet
took
on
him.
the hook. And Valet, you know, he's new, from Chicago, signed to good music. Actually, today he had a pop up. Well, not a pop up, but a clothing line release at a Fat Tiger.
Yeah, and he had a very nice turnout too. I saw that.
Yeah. So the interesting part about him being on this album, usually when you sign the good, you don't make a Kanye album right away. You just gotta wait.
Earn your stripes.
But I'll say this: without this chorus, like the song is still good because I love when Kanye go like straight just stupid drum and bass beat. Because as we know, this shit gonna bang in the club. Like, you gonna hear it and it's gonna hit them low end speakers that niggas don't use because everybody using their trap drum still. So it's got that. Yeah, but you know, Ye is interesting. He started off talking about Kerry Washington and shit. I felt like, all right, you know, Stormy Daniels bars, all kind of shit. This is an interesting song, but I feel like it's gonna bang a little bit. This song is interesting to me. My score on this song.
What do I got him?
All right, so what? I'm gonna give this song a 7.5. I'm gonna give this song a 7.5. A strong 7.5. The video may be able to take this up to 8 if they deliver a good visual.
And you can make them faces all you want, Joe. The man said, "Let's have a threesome with you and the blunt." I know you don't smoke.
I mean, but yeah, like,
but it ain't even.
Like, people say that shit. Like, that shit don't inspire me. It don't.
Yeah, no, that boy. Like, the thing is, on this album, let me say this right now. There are no bars like on this bitch. Like, no. It ain't really no bars. Like, no bars that you hear when you like, ooh, this nigga got like. It's no bars like we just heard on Daytona. I know Daytona bars.
It's not. And like, now we're like, see, here's my shit. And I know I'm like a Neanderthal when it comes to this shit, but I'm really not, because like, so I feel like I'm like lost in the wilderness when it comes to like certain music. And so you have to forgive me as I like kind of just rant and just ramble on. But like, since we're not expecting bars as much anymore, I accept that now. Like, we're more of an emotion-based lyricism. We're in that age now.
Right.
So, you know, people are more in tune, especially men, more in tune with their feelings. So I get that. And I embrace that somewhat. You know, I've learned to like Drake a lot in certain instances. There are situations in my life that have happened recently where I can appreciate this type of music. But like, what you not gonna do is just throw crap in the sunshine in the air and call it like sunshine, like this is the Willy Wonka factory or some shit. Like, you can't just be throwing shit out there and people say, I felt that shit. No, you did. You didn't feel bullshit. Like, this garbage. Like, a lot of this shit like that Kanye be saying and doing, like, half this shit don't even make sense. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
Tread softly, my brother.
I ain't got to tread shit.
Tread
like,
softly,
look,
my brother.
Great point. No, it's a great point. Cause what I always say is this. One thing that kind of lets me know a lot of people don't listen to rap, right? And I say this, to me, that's the masses. It's not like no disrespect, but you know, when I look and people will say like, this hit me a certain way, I get it, right? And I'll be like, you know, it's weird because it's not. I don't feel like I'm turned into like the old guy who looked down on rap, because I listen to a lot of these young niggas and I actually like them, and I'll be like, yo, like, homie over here that you think is crazy and can't rap and can't dress or dress like a weirdo, but then we'll look at Ye, who bars is not as better than a lot of these young niggas right now. Because if you look at this rap,
man,
like sometimes you gotta bag the boss up. I call that taking Corey gambles. Find yourself up in the food court. You might have to enjoy your sample. All these thoughts on Christian Mingle. Almost what got Tristan single. If you don't ball like him or Kobe, guarantee that bitch gonna leave you.
Trash.
That's like, what?
Trash.
I'm sorry. As much as y'all are shit on, like, how even say it? Because some of y'all still sleep on Thugger. Some of y'all sleep on Uzi Vert. And I'll be like, listen, I hear you. You may not like the way them niggas look, but they don't got these kind of bars. These niggas is rapping. Like,
especially Thugger.
They funny, but they rapping.
And I give Fresh credit. He made me listen to Thugger, and it did help that Thugger and T.I. were on a couple of songs together. But Thugger be spitting on some shit. Thugger can rap. And like Kanye come out with this and dress like a fucking hobo, and motherfuckers be like, mood. No, that's not
these are the raps that I know Kanye wrote himself.
Right.
Side didn't write this.
That hurt me fresh for you.
Side didn't write this. Get that pen up, bro. Get that pen up.
On the meds. This on the meds.
this
on the meds.
Right, this is on the meds, right?
Stormy Daniels.
So I give it a 7.5. Fresh.
I'm right there with
7.5.
you. Yeah,
What'd you get it?
6.
Okay. At least we got a 6 out of you. I was worried. I was like, we may not get the 6.
No, it would have got a 7, but I truly hate that shit. That Fresh.
We know when we hear this, like
that shit cold.
people gonna be drunk in the club
But
singing this shit off key.
You know something too though. With Kanye being a producer, I think I add that into it as well. Like when I listen to it and like how you said you gonna be in a club, like when you hear that shit, you gonna be like.
Listen, I'm gonna give y'all DJs a pro tip, cause I know how music works, and some DJs like y'all can spin, but some of them don't know how music works. It's not a knock. It's a hard skill sometimes, cause some niggas just only know how to play the hits and blend the hits. But if you just let that love lock down, let the drums play for like 30 seconds and just take it right into this, it's gonna be a jam. The whole club might go stupid. You might get a few bottles ordered. But yeah, so the next song is Wouldn't Leave.
Wouldn't Leave. I need to hear it.
Whew. So we know what that is.
Party.
Wouldn't Leave. That's his song. That's to Kim. It's an interesting record. It takes you into a place, that I don't know. Like, tell me what you think of the record, Fresh.
Like low key, him diving into this record. This might be one of the top songs on the album to me. Just like the what it's about and what it's meaning. Like he's saying, you know what I'm saying, when he was talking about the slave stuff and calling Kim, she like, what are you doing? We finna lose it all. Like,
right.
If you know somebody like Kim Kardashian, you're a reality star up to her magnitude.
What in the fuck was that?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you're a reality TV star to her magnitude, she knows how it doesn't take much to fall off. You know what I mean? She knows you can say one thing and then everything's up in flames. And I think that's what she was getting at. Like, Kanye, what the fuck is you doing? He like, look, relax. She was so damn mad she couldn't even breathe. Like that's real life shit. You know, anybody been in that situation. But I don't know. I think this is a real song. I like it a lot.
It's a very real song. Shout out to Party Next Door.
Yeah, that's
one of the most prolific writers in the game.
Even though I don't know how Party fucking looks, but go ahead. Hey, I don't know how none of them OVO niggas look.
Listen, the OVO niggas just
I don't know how none of them.
They just collect checks. They just make music, collect checks. We just want to stay out the way.
Right.
we just don't want to be bothered. As you know, my nickname given to me this week, OVO Jones. OVO Jones. I'm torn on this record, and I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. Like it is but you know what? I'm gonna go on record. I'm gonna pick a side. I'll say I'm not torn anymore because this record is a pure emotion record. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a pure emotion record. The sentiment is in a good place. He was on his meds when he made this. This is I'm sure of. Definitely. I'm sure he's on his meds. I don't know if he wrote all of these bars. Like I hope he wrote these bars. But I mean, the song is really there. Like it's really in a good place. I feel like this is a song like probably when he made this, he probably couldn't wait to get Kim. Like she was probably somewhere. He's like, I got a song to play for you when you fly back. He probably played it for. Yeah, I mean, I like that record.
No, I like
I like that record. I'm partial to because I'm a real big Party fan. Anybody know me? Know I stand for Party. Mm-hmm. And what do you think about the record?
I feel like Kanye recorded this song the whole time with that big, stupid, cheesy ass, goofy grin he had on his face. That like you can like hear the nigga smiling, like that type of grin. Man, it's cool. Like I'm all for having a song about, letting the world know how you feel about your lady. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jeremiah was on there as well.
There's a lot of motherfuckers.
Party Jeremiah. Listen, Kanye credits usually are like when they really come out. That's why he don't really even put them out no more, because it's like 100 niggas on the song. But Party and Jeremiah, their vocals are on the song. I'm gonna give this record. I got to give it a 7. It's not a 7. It's not a banger, and it don't have to be a banger, but it hit me, but it didn't hit me enough to where I just constantly. I don't want to listen to like a nigga rapping these raps about Kim Kardashian all the time, because it's like it's still about who it's about.
It's still about who it's about.
Like, I get it, bro, but
like, I know this your girl and all, B, but I don't fuck with it.
Right? Because it's like I get it, but it's like that's why I got to give it a 7, because it's like you act like Kim is staying because you down and out. Like, you're not down and out. You're just about 300 acres in Calabasas. Your company worth $1 billion. You didn't ask her was she leaving you when you was 19 million in debt. Like, you up now. You up. We good money now. Like, tell me what she said when you was 19 million in debt,
I want to
big
know
fella.
what she said too. Shit.
Tell me what she said then, big fella.
Fred go get this 7.5.
Okay, 7.5. We got it.
5.5.
Okay.
I want to listen to this shit again.
There you go.
Okay. So the next one we got is No Mistakes.
Let's go.
No Mistakes.
Let's go.
No Mistakes.
Let's go. Yes. Yes.
Listen.
That got me right there.
Make no mistakes, girl, I still love you. Okay. Here's the shit. Here's why I'm really torn. And you know why I'm torn?
Because you love Charlie Wilson.
Man, I love that nigga Charlie Wilson, boy. I love Charlie Wilson, boy. You throw on some old Gap Band for a nigga like me, and I'm like, damn near like, where the spades at? Where the spades, where the dominoes? Charlie Wilson has done a lot for niggas and music in general. I fuck with Uncle Charlie so hard. Like, I think Uncle Charlie is universal in music in terms of like people who fuck with him, but I fuck with him. Uncle Charlie, and y'all also know how I feel about Slick Rick. Slick Rick samples in songs, like, even if it's just that, it's the quick vocal stab.
The quick love.
But still. Yeah. So, and what you remember that song? What you think about that? That was also the song where he did Straight.
Yeah. No. Me and Fresh played that on the way here. I actually like that song. It's not. I mean, I'm not gonna rank this nowhere near the pantheon of diss records or whatever. It was just Kanye kind of like, oh, I noticed what you said. Let me touch you real quick, just to let you know I noticed what you said.
Right. I heard you, nigga.
I heard you. I actually probably would like play this again just to make sure I heard everything. Yeah. Just to be clear, but again, it was okay.
But to me, it
was cool. It was
enough. It was enough.
It was enough to satisfy a stan.
Yeah,
that wanted Kanye to say something.
Yeah, but for Kanye, I expect him to respond like this. I don't expect him to be all
and
battle rap.
That's a good point too. I never thought Kanye was gonna get into this like battle rap.
I think he'll say something like this. I'm too close to snipe you. Truth told, I actually like you. Too bold to type you. Too rich to fight you.
Kanye the type of guy that if we were like in college and was about to get into like a group fight, like he would be in the one like in the background like talking like, I don't even know why we gotta fight. I'm too cool to fight against you, motherfucker. You motherfuckers want to beat me. Like, he'll be talking that shit, but then like a punch get thrown and he'll be like, whoa, I'm just playing.
Nah, then you look up and realize he cool with the real gangsters. He be like, do we even want to go through this?
Right. You do got bump and slide with him.
Yeah, bump. Listen, Sly was in Wyoming.
Right.
I saw him. I seen them. Listen, here's the shit about this song though. The thing that gets me. I don't feel this is a Kanye song. This song should have been for somebody else. The beat, the chorus. This is a song that's like crossover appeal for Pusha. Or a song.
Go ahead.
or a song that I feel like is for Nas.
Yeah, the chorus.
Cause see, or even
the production.
The production, the chorus, but the first verse from Ye is real nice. Take the top off, let the sun come in. I was like, aha, like we got it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and low key, that's damn near a J verse.
Yeah.
Take the roof off, let the sun shine.
Yeah, and I felt like I felt like the way it started. I was like, this is something for the summer. You know what I'm saying? This one of them records. So I felt good about it, and I felt like, all right, okay, cool. Like we had a good point, but I definitely felt like once we got to the Drake disses or the Drake diss verse, like I know a lot of people like that verse, right? And I get it. People want him to say something, and he definitely should have responded. And I felt like he should have responded the way he did, because one of the things about it is that even though the bars were about Push, right, on the Duppy freestyle, the bars that Drake put at Kanye were interesting due to this fact. At one point, I don't know if y'all remember, but a story came out. They both lived in Calabasas.
Right? I remember that.
So there was a time where, can you imagine Drake and Kanye going to each other's house every day? Right. And I thought that was just so fucking comical. Like, I was just looking at and then, and now we're here, which is all kind of like, yeah, whatever. It's none of it's real. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought his verse was appropriate. I didn't feel like it was good. Right. Because at the end when he said,
light skin.
Calm down, you light skin.
Yeah.
It's like that's some real Kanye.
So I have a question, since we like kind of halfway through this album. So I had a lot of people saying that the production was fire on this album. Halfway through, I can't say I'm like blown away by the production on here. What do you say?
I am.
I know you would be. I know you would be. I mean, I don't. It's a word I'm looking for. I can't. Let's finish this song and come back to that.
Oh, I had it. Like, I didn't have the word you were looking for, but I was having this talk with Ant, and when I was leaving out his crib, I'm like, sonically or musically, you like this album is everything. Now the lyrics are, can be, leave much needed more, whatever words you want to put it. But I felt like the sound of this album was beautiful to me. Like how you see how you reacted when you said the Charlie Wilson, and I felt like that was just like perfect for him. Like how you said it went from Slick Rick to Charlie. Yeah. Like that ain't nothing you can just say, I'm a dude. That's some shit that just gotta come to like a genius. Some shit. I would have never thought of no shit like that for it to go from Slick Rick to Charlie. But,
So here's a question. So what do you give No Mistakes? 1 to 10.
See, with me, shit, like a track like this is tough because it depends on what you ate for breakfast. This could be the song that you could play a whole day, or this can be a song you say, man, I don't want to hear that shit no more.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to say 8 today.
Okay.
Because of what I ate.
I definitely give it a 7.5.
Okay.
I give it a 7.5. Like, I fuck with it, but I'm trying to rise above my biases to objectively critique this, and it's hard.
I give it a 6. Like, I give it a 6. It's just, I just don't feel like this is his song. Yeah. Like, I don't feel like...
And see, I don't have no problem with that, because I can see that. Like, like tomorrow I might say, you know what? That song was a fucking 6. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so I can definitely see that.
Yeah. To answer your production question, I think the thing about Kanye and production is real interesting because the way that he, it kind of goes back to my constructed argument, except the execution on the beats is always good, right? Now, I will say this. Daytona's beats are better.
Yes.
Right? So Daytona's beats are better. But when it comes down to like an album like this, I listen to it and I'm like, you know, I want to hear more things. You know, I want to hear more go into these songs. The production did let me down because I feel as though it's part of the reason why I feel the album as a whole has a touch of uninspired. Because I feel like Kanye usually gives us that extra oomph to make you say, this is the best production, right?
Yes.
But
So like when I heard, like when you hear Pablo, even if you go listen to Pablo right now, you're gonna say, it's some shit on it. Like in terms of beat wise, like that don't sound like anything else is gonna sound like to me, like if you put on Wolves right now, you don't necessarily have to say like I like the beat, but when you listen to it, you're gonna stop and listen and say, what is that? You know, the way that's made, I mean, ultra light beam. Like it's, you know, it's just things like even, you know, Father Stretch My Hands, random
Waves.
You know, I know you really like Waves. Even a little thing on the song that's the acapella of somebody else, even just the way of putting that on there, the low lights.
Oh yeah, I give you a testimony about my life.
Like some of that stuff on that, like random. Think of how you felt when you heard No More Parties in L.A.
Oh, hey.
When you heard 30 Hours, like you was like, yo, the niggas on this shit, right?
Yeah.
So when you heard this album, I don't know if there was a beat that made me say this nigga's on his shit.
Right.
Like this nigga's got it. Like,
and that's when people say this shit is fire. I'm like, fire in comparison to what? In relation to what?
When you say that, Dion, that's definitely the case. Because like I said, Pablo just grabbed you and don't let you go.
Even when you heard like Facts before Pablo. Like, you was like, what? He was like, what is this nigga? Like, what's going on right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? And even when you heard Fade, it's like,
oh, my God.
Like, even somebody who don't like house music will hear Fade and be like,
your love is
their shoulders gonna move. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You throw my boy David Ruffin on there.
And you got 70-year-olds who love Fade.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, when you look at what Pablo was, even when he went back and added Saint Pablo, right? And then you look at this and you say, does the production hit you the same? It's a resounding no. You know what I'm saying? And I think even that's something he knows.
But we also know Ye has a history now since he said everything is like digital and he can just always edit shit. I think he's gonna touch up this album a little bit.
He got too much work to do.
He do.
We got another Kanye album. Kanye and Cudi coming next week.
Another that's next week.
Song. Yeah. It's the
okay.
8th.
I thought Nas was next.
Yeah. Then
Tiana, then Nas.
Yeah. So you know we got some more albums and you know Scorpions coming this month. But yeah, you know I mean man we got some you know things coming. I think. You know, I get it. He can go back and do it, but I don't want to hear you tweak the same 7. Give me a new 7. I get it. But yeah, so you know, we still got a couple songs left. So we did No Mistakes. Ghost Town is the next one. That's Ghost Town is him.
30 seconds. Let me get 30 seconds.
Oh, 30 seconds of it.
Yeah.
Oh man, you funny man.
My God did a Sunday.
Ghost Town.
A lot of people didn't like Ghost Town, but to me, I think Ghost Town and Violent Crimes was like my favorite 2 songs on the album.
Ghost Town is easily my favorite record.
Yeah.
Like it's even no contest. Like, you know, my Dion, the music snob, whatever the fuck you want to call me. Ghost Town to me is a 9.5.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see like Ghost Town being flawless.
Ghost Town is nice. That's something I could play on a Sunday morning. Yeah. Just driving, or coming back from work.
You know, more Party Next Door. But Ghost Town is into because Kanye works with a lot of niggas. You know what I'm saying? He's worked with a lot of niggas, and you know they have all kinds of shit. You know, chemistries. They all chemistries different. Kanye, Travis, Kanye, you know, whoever. But Kanye and Cudi, we've always known that's been something special.
Oh yeah, legit. They're a nice tag team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and everybody know when Kanye and Cudi, everybody kind of knows at this point that their crown jewel is 808s and Heartbreaks. Mm-hmm. So you know those two coming together on that, we see what they're capable of, things like that. But I think this song is really dope. What you think of Ghost Town?
It's probably an 8 for me. Okay. Yeah, I really liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely gotta give it a salt buck. You know, just from and it was really like the girl Shake.
070 Shake.
Yeah, she like put the song over top for me.
Listen,
like good music got some shit. Like
listen, Shake. Okay, so here's the thing about Shake, right? So Shake has this real unique voice. Shake sounds like what Dej Loaf is supposed to sound like, right? So she can sing some songs that be deep and throaty, other songs, but her writing, her pen is dope. She's kind of like the next Starra. If y'all don't know who Starra is, just look her up on your streaming service. Starrah. She's a prolific songwriter. Travis Scott stole "Pick Up the Phone" from Starra and Young Thug and made it his own song.
Damn, that shit cold though.
Yeah, so Leo Cohen, he wanted to have Travis Scott killed over that.
Hey, it's so funny. Whenever someone talks about Leo, they always got a wild story, and they just like, he don't give a fuck.
Listen, Travis Scott took "Pick Up the Phone" and just started performing that shit in concert, right? So it ended up being this big, like, kind of like, you know, random thing, but yeah. So essentially, that's where we're at. So Shake killed the end. And you know those bars I made the status. Once she said, I can't lie.
The stove.
Yeah, man. We're still the kids we used to be. I put my hand on the stove to see if I still bleed, and nothing hurts anymore. I feel kind of free. Nigga.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
So here's a pro tip. If y'all didn't look or you thought it was Dej Loaf, you go to your streaming service, do 070 space Shake spelled traditionally, and she got an EP. It's called Glitter. The shit is cold. Like it's like, and it's gonna strike you because you're gonna think it's R&B. And out of nowhere you're gonna hear a nigga rapping his ass off. Like Shake shit is cold. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, this Ghost Town made me say, we get a Kanye and Cudi out next week, nigga. Mm-hmm. All right. Like give me depressed Cudi too. I want them to both be depressed on the album.
Depressed fucking Cudi and bipolar gay. Somebody gonna be crying in the
Who
studio.
knows what this gonna sound like?
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I said 9.5. Ant said
8.
Ant said 8. Fresh said solid 10. Solid 10. Okay, so now we got the final song on the album, "Violent Crimes." "Violent Crimes," which is of course the song to, you know, it's essentially Nori's song, right? Mm-hmm. So it's essentially Nori's song.
Oh God.
So when I heard this song, it was funny the way everybody reacted when they played this, because when I seen on a live stream, I said, I put in the group me, I said Fresh and Ant gonna appreciate this song. Yes. You know,
I think that's a great word for that. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I probably won't play it after next week.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I won't.
Yeah, so that's
Being honest.
Yeah, that's
I
again,
appreciate it.
Yeah, at that time, it's 070 Shake again, coming through. And, I mean, it's essentially a song to, talking about him having, daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, as a father who has lived his life, bro, this song is a fucking 15 out of 10 to me because in my dirty girl voice, I felt that shit. Because, baby,
make it public.
Man, when he said, Father, forgive me, I'm scared of the karma. Hey, Joe, as a father.
No, that's real.
As a father.
That's real.
My God, Joe.
I hope she like Nicki. I'll make her a monster. Not having menages. I'm just being silly.
Shit.
When he said, I hope she stay in karate.
Yes. Oh, he was like, don't do no Pilates.
Don't do no yoga, no Pilates. I was like, that's real.
That shit is, man. All that shit is real. I hope your body like mine and not your mama's. Hey, Joe, come on, man.
I was like, he was on his meds this day. This was on the meds record. This was on the meds record.
Definitely.
Legit, he was on his rock on this. He went off that motherfucker.
We all pray to the Most High about our daughters.
Cause Joe, I'm telling you, Joe, and it's so much stuff on here that he touched on. You know what I mean? Like just little stuff when he was talking about about pervs on the net. They all in the comment, make you want to vomit. Man, dog, like that shit. That shit really real, bro. Oh God. It was way too real.
Yeah, it was. I mean, so that record is interesting. I do give that record. It's rough because I'm not there.
Yeah,
but I appreciate the record. I appreciate it for what it is. It's some piano keys that's off in the background. I want to write them and say,
tighten that up.
At second 8, you got an off piano key
that
don't go with nothing else on the record. Take that out. But
you delete that shit.
Delete that shit. But yeah, so that record, even though I don't really even like see myself listening to the record like on a continuous basis, I give that record an 8. I give it an 8 because I feel like that's a song. You know what? No, I'm gonna strike my 8 from the record. I'm gonna give that song a 7. Because one thing I felt listening to it, I felt as though that there are, it was weird because even though I liked it, I really did, but I felt like even Nas' song, I felt in a better place. Like, to my niggas with daughters. Like I felt like I felt that a little bit more.
Yeah, it's not the greatest song about having a daughter, but it's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there. I like it.
Yeah.
I too give this an 8.
Yeah, I got this so but
yeah. Okay, so a 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did because I just know because it's like anybody who know me, I have 3 daughters.
Right.
I have 3 daughters. I have a daughter going to high school this year, and I want to sit down and have a talk with her now. You know what I mean? Not like the talk, but just a talk. You know what I mean? Just like the ways of some guys, the way of guys, I remember seniors trying to prey on freshmen. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I know what it's like. I just want to teach her, it's okay to be starry-eyed about a guy, but not to let him know it. You know what I mean? Because we prey on, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that and use that to our advantage. So, it's just a lot of stuff, there's something I want to talk to her about and just sit down with her. I was trying to wait as long as possible to have this kind of talk, but it's getting there. A song like this is just like, damn, Joe, you only got 4 more years. Like, I got 4 more years and my daughter's 18 years old. That's wild to me just to even think about it, bro. Like, Dion, I see you shaking your head, though.
Rough, stressful.
Mad stressful, B.
Right. So,
yeah, so some shit like this, I'm really gonna feel, bro. God damn it.
Oh, man. So, we.
How do we feel about the voicemail from Nicki on here, though?
Nicki wrote that bar.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I feel like Nicki wrote on the song.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool to see
cool.
that she actually, wrote that bar and he got it. But
Yeah, I feel like Nicki wrote more. It got a tad bit of a Nicki cadence to the verse. I mean, I felt like it was a dope touch because that's also his way of saying, I don't give a fuck, homie. Like, not even like directly at Drake, but just at the world. Like, man, like, it's music at the end of the day. And really all you motherfuckers care about is if it's good or not, right? Like, I know certain people want to take shots and say, this person wrote this person wrote that. But, everybody know my take on ghostwriting. The only people that's wrote every verse that they've ever made, those guys are few and very far between. Yeah. And I get it, but just to be 100%, like at this point, as you're just a consumer, just deal with the shit. You know what I'm saying?
And that's my thing too. Like this guy I work with, man. He we had the whole Drake thing. I was like, Joe, Drake has reference tracks. That's different than someone filling in and them getting written credit. I'm like, a lot of people like Kanye, bro. Like, I done heard he liked the nigga pants in the studio, leather pants, and threw them on for some writing credits. But I'm like, it's a difference, bro, with like how you said, no, you just got to honor that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Because here's the thing. I think every rapper in the game has had a reference track probably that's not named.
Yeah.
Other than those guys at the tip top that just take that much pride in their pen, right? And I'll say, you got the Jays of the world, the Kendricks of the world, and even Kendrick got some shit.
I think Schoolboy. You don't think Schoolboy ever looked out for Kendrick or just hit him with something?
Yeah, because first, the way TDE even make music is a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
So when they were all young and poor, they all lived in the same house making music together. And anybody who's ever been in the studio with a rapper, you'll give a nigga a bar, whatever. I mean that kind of one of the things it is what it is. But he's still a different beast. Mm-hmm. So I mean, even those guys, the Jays, the Kendricks, whoever.
I think Chris of the Young Guns definitely did some whole shit, like on Dynasty or something like that.
Well, the thing is, Jay's also been a master imitator.
Okay.
He's always been a master imitator. Like, Jay, it's no doubt that he took the Philly flow.
Yeah.
So all them niggas from Philly kind of had the same flow. Yeah. And Jay took it. And one of the first times you really heard it, him take they shit and really like take it from them was on the Dynasty album, the You, Me, Him, and Her song. With him, like Emil Beans. That nigga Jay was like, give me that. And I was like, fuck, like them niggas gone. They didn't even know it was gone because they was all getting paid. They was all rich. So they didn't even know he stole it at the time. Like, but I mean, everybody, like I get it. People like, oh, there's reference tracks for Drake. There's reference tracks for Kanye. Like you've heard Rhyme Fest Jesus Walks version. Like you heard it, you know what I'm saying? And there are several people who go on record to you and go on the oath and say Nas has reference tracks from Jay Electronica. So it's like, this is nothing. It's nothing new. I mean, like I said, it's nothing new. And I feel like, man, when these people are making music at this point, it's cool. Like I get it. People want to say, man, like even like Pusha, to touch on the battle, Pusha will say, hey, nobody ever wrote a bar for me, blah blah. But here's the thing, and I'll say this. Pusha wants to be famous, right? And I get it. He's definitely famous. He's definitely rich. But if you have to ask him at his core, if he had to answer to somebody, you say, would you want to be where you at doing what you've done, or would you or would you want to be
what Drake done?
Would you want to be at Drake level? Would you want to be at Kanye level? Because Kanye came after you a whole 5 years, or would you, something like that? Would you want to be at Kendrick level, right? So it's like, would you have taken one of their hits that might have been ghostwritten to get there? Like, if somebody said, Pusha, if we give you, I even take a record that's something simple. If we say, if you even take "Say It" by Tory Lanez, right, and say Pusha, you can have this song, and you can sell as many records as Tory Lanez, because you don't even sell Tory Lanez, and that's no disrespect. I'm just saying because it's two levels. It's like, I feel like, would you say like what would you think the answer would be?
Hell yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah.
It's a different ball game, man. You just got to play it how you want to play it. So, man, I do have to ask this one question about this album.
Okay.
Is this his worst album, Kanye?
I feel like you got to give me another week. But to me, when I can't use the word worse because that's a negative word. Like you automatically think bad.
Okay. Yes.
But I'm also thinking like,
is it the lowest in his catalog? I'll rephrase.
What's in the running?
Just
all his albums.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, all his albums are like, because that's the only thing I think like Yeezus. But I know,
like in my mind, my beautiful dark twisted fantasy. But that's just me. I don't know.
Looking at my bitch, I bet she give your ass a ball.
Okay. Look, real fast before we leave. Real fast before we get up out here. I'm sorry since this has been about Uncle Ye. Could you rank his album? You have your ranking already set? Yeah.
Set. That's rough, but I think I got it set. Hold on.
Okay.
Was
he going to a discography?
I gotta go to the discography. I already know what my number one is though. Yeah, it's kind of easy.
Mine too. But I think I know yours.
My number one. Yeah. What you think my number one is?
I think your number one is Graduation.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So let me give you I'll give you the albums.
All right.
You got College Dropout,
mm-hmm.
Late Registration,
mm-hmm.
Graduation, 808s and Heartbreaks, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Yeezus, Life of Pablo, and Ye.
Yeah, we're not counting Watch the Throne because he floated, but he floated.
It's a double out.
Yeah, he floated.
dual disc. Okay. So here is my real. Okay. So my number one is Late Registration.
Yeah.
Felt like that Late Registration. I'm not even gonna go into explanations. That's too much. Late Registration. My number two, it may be a shocker.
Yeah.
My number two.
You probably have the same number two I got.
It's 808s and
Heartbreaks. Yeah. Okay, we the same on the first two.
808s and Heartbreaks. Changed music.
Yeah.
Changed music.
Easily. No Super Future without 808.
My number three is College Dropout.
Okay.
It got that one. Listen, everybody hates that Ludacris song. That was just so unnecessary. Breathe in, breathe out.
Look,
but it wasn't bad though.
It wasn't, but yeah, it wasn't. So yeah.
Yeah, that's so. I can see that number three.
Yeah, I got that.
But I think this is where we separate. This is where we separate it.
Then I got Graduation.
Yeah. I got Pablo right there.
Then I got Graduation.
I might can flip Pablo in College Dropout.
Then after that, I got Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
No, I got Graduation. I got Graduation now.
And then after that, I got Pablo.
Okay.
Then after that, I got Yeezus.
I got Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, then Yeezus.
And then I got Ye.
Then we got Ye.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but oh my God, like I don't know, like Pablo. I don't know why Pablo's so cold to me. Like I could put Pablo number two if I really like.
Yeah, Pablo is cold.
Cause woo, I don't know why I love Waves so much, bro. I don't know why, bro. It's
Waves don't die.
And I just hear that, turn me up. But like you said, man, I miss that Kanye.
And we do know he was gonna leave Waves off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Until Young Chance the rapper came and said, "Hey, what are you doing?"
No. And you know what I was listening to the other day? I was listening to College Dropout, and I was like, "Yo, Chance took this whole blueprint."
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay.
All right. And you don't want to chime in, or you just cool?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of this one.
Right.
I'm gonna stay out of this one.
He's like,
Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with Dion's ranking for the most part. I wasn't the biggest person on 808s, but when it first came out, over the years, it's grown on me a lot more. I've learned to appreciate it a lot more as I've gotten older. I definitely can say that.
On some crazy shit, 808s and Heartbreaks bonded me and my sister. My baby sister, that's when she like first getting into music, and she's like, Nugget, you heard this Kanye and 808? She's like, oh my God, Streetlights and RoboCop. And I'm like, oh shit, my little sister, listen to her. And she fell in love with Kanye like around the same time. So, and that was like one of those moments we had.
I had a Streetlights moment, boy. That shit, But it was so much Cudi on that album. Even when you didn't hear his voice, I was like,
still up.
I was like,
Still up.
like this.
Yeah.
Like I felt like that's how Ye got through the breakup, was because Cudi was there.
They're singing everything. Singing to that nigga rubbing his head.
Right. Then they just made an album about it. Right. Oh man. And coincidentally, that's the album that influenced 40 the most.
Because the whole like So Far Gone.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a blueprint in rap that they use, and I think this is one of the best trends. Rap was often driven by drums, and in the early days, of course, we didn't have drums like drums crazy, and then we got into a period of hyper drums, where damn near like the rapper had to like rap to stay on beat, and it's like they say I gotta stay on this beat. But now 808s, when they start taking them drums out and just letting the beats kind of bang, it's like, oh, this nigga got space to rap. Like, I think one of the first examples of it that you've seen with a rapper outside of them, the way Jeezy verse went on Amazing, how spaced out them drums were, and the shit was so crazy because like Yeezy.
The first time I heard Amazing was in the club.
Yeah. Like Jeezy hit them drums, so and it was like I think niggas heard that and said, "Oh shit, this how regular rappers sound over this shit. We about to do this, nigga."
Yeah, cause I didn't even know 808s was out, random as shit, and I was usually good with Kanye music at that time. I heard Amazing, I'm like, man, this shit is cold.
I was missing at the time. I was going through heartbreak.
Yeah.
I was going through heartbreak. I was listening to Say You Will late at night, texting some light skinned girl. She texted me telling me I'm thinking about you listening to this song. I'm like, how do we hear? Why are we not going through this together?
Look, man, the music you listening to when you going through some shit over a woman, boy.
Hey, I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna be real with y'all. A friend of mine, I ain't gonna say his name because I don't know. He might have got jammed up. But this was old. No, he ain't gonna get jammed up because this was old. He was straight. It was me and my ex and him.
I feel like this is all
me, my ex, random chick, and him coming from Carbondale. And I had let them listen to that album. Yes. And all I know, by the time the album was over, the girl was in the back massaging this nigga hand. And when we dropped that nigga off at his crib, she's supposed to come back out west because, I said her family was here and she was going to visit her family.
She gave up her family.
She said, "Oh, I'm straight from here, y'all." She got out the car with Wardy.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I think 808s and Heartbreaks had something to do with that. Hook up and dating. What was this dating?
No, they did. No, that song there.
Yeah, that song.
Between that and then when Drake flipped it.
Yeah, why do I feel so alone?
Bruh.
Listen.
That might be One of the greatest two uses of one beat.
If you gotta rank times that a nigga rapped over another nigga beat, that song is not left out the top 10.
It's not. It's not.
Cause like that's the shit that made him. Like
it is. Like I can still throw that on now. Like I remember I was throwing it on for people who had never heard Drake. Yeah. Like we was at work. Like I was doing audit. I was in the audit room. Like yo, listen to this motherfucker go.
Yeah. Why do I feel
so alone?
And I feel this got that making of a legend feel.
Yeah.
Whew. So yeah, man. That's our take. I know some people are like they did a whole Kanye show. Some final thoughts on just the album, because I feel like we've taken up enough of your time. We'll come back soon to address all the other fuckery that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
You know, it was interesting because, like I said, I'm the same as y'all. I have a lot of someone I had a lot of respect for Kanye as an individual, as a person. I definitely feel like he's lost himself, losing himself, all kinds of things of that nature. You know, Kanye has done a lot of things that, you know, make you question him. And one of the things that really bothered me, I feel like he just has so many toxic relationships with people that I think that I just like, you know, are just kind of weird. They strike me as weird. He has one that's, you know, and I think, you know, processing that, the slavery comments, other just things that he said, the Donald Trump things, processing that is interesting. But I felt like listening to the album, I thought he's going to speak on some of this. He's going to make a statement, and he just didn't do it. And I don't hold that against you. Right, for him not saying it, I don't hold that against him, but I'm still one of those people who's like, you know, I would love if you spoke on it, but even if you don't, it's like, that's cool. I just know at that point I don't fuck with you how I used to, you know, because to be honest, because that means something to me at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, associate himself with the Candace Owens and you know, the other people and things like that. There's another artist who he loves, and she just got in trouble. She tried to take some kids out of an orphanage in Sudan. A white lady, of course. Like, and Kanye like always like works and fucks with this lady. Like, it's just super weird. You know what I'm saying? Even the recent Kim versus Rhyme Fest on Donda, like all of that, like, you know, all of that stuff is just weird to me. And I'm just like, you know, it's weird because I listen to this album and, you know, essentially overall, you know, I had positive feelings about it, right? Yeah. So regarding my scores, but then it's how I look at everything and I'm like, I'd be like, yo, this nigga's he's a fuck nigga, right? So it's like, it's such a weird conflict and feeling to have because of how in high regard I held him a while ago. You know, it's definitely bizarre to me. So it's interesting. You know, it does put you in a tough place, but I had to kind of sit and say, all right, I'm definitely I couldn't resist listening to it, just how I am as a person. I just couldn't have did it. But it's weird because now I feel like, man, like, you know, I can't, like, it's like it's weird. You just think of all that shit. You like, what the fuck? Like, it makes you not want to listen to it. Like you said, I heard it. Like, all right, nigga. Like, it makes you then want to steal music again.
Steal music. Look,
like, couldn't I LimeWire this nigga? Bring LimeWire back.
I'm gonna take Dion's spot right here, man. And before we get out of here, any final thoughts? I'm gonna take Dion's spot right here.
Look, man, no, I have not. Man, look.
Okay, I'll make it easier. Give me some final thoughts, not concerning Kanye West, concerning Anthony Peterson.
Damn, what do I have any thoughts concerning myself? You know what? I'm having to give myself pep talks lately.
No, let's go.
No. I mean, just also, you know, just some shit that, and this for anybody. This is for anybody under the sound of my voice, man. Motherfuckers may do things to you and make you question yourself or who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But man, just always stay grounded to your people,
Yep.
how you were raised, and know that whatever decisions you made, people may be mad at them, but if your decisions were grounded in sound reasoning and logic, then you just got to keep pushing forward. The motherfucker's gonna go with you or not. Period.
You know what that sounds like?
What that sound like?
You put in the work on yourself.
Listen.
Listen.
It's a daily struggle. No, I am.
You've been putting in the work on yourself. You've been taking care of yourself like you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you put your best effort out there in the atmosphere, and you just ready to live with the results.
That's all I can do.
That's all you can do.
That's all I can do, Mello.
That's such a great way to live.
It is. It really is. Like, whatever happens. I'm putting my best foot forward.
I left it all on the court.
I left it all on the court. Dion, any final thoughts not concerning Kanye West?
Yeah. I'm pretty excited. I'll talk more in depth about this in the episode, but I finally got I've been having this quest about like family and kind of this real like where I came from type of thing, right? So I recently ordered a family book. One of my relatives were like really deep into the shit, went back, found all kind of census stats. She researched hard, found family information. She took it to, I guess, a printer or whatever, and they print the books on demand for us. So they got everything. She placed the order. It's like, $45. Book came, Keeping Up with the Joneses. I think it goes back to like the oldest relative they found was from, I think I feel like he was born in the 1820s. Name's Abe Jones. And it's weird because he's of course me, my bloodline is black people when you go back, but it was interesting because they go all the way back to him and the people who came after him, and there's no record of them being slaves. It's quite interesting because I'm looking, because now I feel like they went back to him. Now I'm like, now I got to go back and I want to see what's kind of. Now I want to do the DNA test and kind of see, what parts of Africa form from, things like that. I feel like these are things that I need to know. It says they apparently weren't slaves, they weren't sharecroppers. So now I need to see what was going on, because don't let me find out that I was free. Don't let me find out my people was free. Don't let me find that out. The world may change. But yeah, that's it. Living life. Fresh, what about you?
Final thoughts from Fresh. It's almost that time for Summertime Fresh. Summertime Fresh is quickly approaching. School will be out in 2.5 weeks. Thank you, Chicago, man. Thank you, Chicago. Thank you, Chicago. It's not much. It's only so much I can say about, what we have going on over there. Thank you, Chicago. We have so much going on. I'm so excited. We have the watch parties at Bar 22. We have the You Go Girl event on June 16th where women get in half price, and we have all female DJs at Promontory. It's going to be crazy. We are already up to I think the last time I checked we was at 966 RSVPs. So, yeah, man, we doing big things, man. I'm back doing missionary. I don't think I'm missionary all summer. So
that caught me so off guard.
I'm like, what?
So yeah, make it a missionary summer, man. Get back to making love, fellas. Forehead to forehead.
I may put my Bible app down a couple of times, step outside. You catch me in the streets, ladies. You know where I'm at.
Why?
I just be chilling with my Bible app and my baby girl who we wanted her to be our guest, but she said no to me and Fresh in the car.
Yeah,
she is literally sitting here in Deanna's living room watching her iPad. Jordan, you want to say something?
Just happy I'm abstinent.
Come here, Jordan.
Come here, Jordan.
Oh Lord.
Come here.
She coming.
Come here.
Oh, this might be a first.
Come here. Come here. She going up. She definitely ain't gonna say that. If she go with her daddy. If she go with her daddy, she definitely ain't gonna say that. We gotta know. That's
know.
enough.
Look at the mic. Speaking to the mic. Oh, you jerk.
Come over here. Come here, Joy. Come to Uncle Freshie, who got 10 kids to let you tell it.
You want to end the podcast for us? Ain't no foreplay show? Bye, jerk. We tried to get her debut.
We tried.
She want no parts of it.
Well, no foreplay. We out.
No foreplay.